What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seatbelt. All right, so we gotta discuss something here. But first of all, if you like this video, if you like my videos and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you get notified anytime I upload a video. When it comes to the Switch 2, when this thing finally gets announced, this is going to be one of the channels you're going to definitely want to tune into. So make sure you're prepared. But anyway, so we have to discuss something that's going on here with the Nintendo Switch 2. So now that it seems to be confirmed that Nintendo's next generation console will indeed be called the Nintendo Switch 2, there's quite a lot of people out there that are disappointed in this name choice, and thinking that based on this name choice alone, that means that Nintendo will be phoning it in. That means that Nintendo will be lacking innovation on its next generation console. And this is crazy because this is based on just the name. Like, you haven't seen the console at all, and people are already jumping to this conclusion. Is just because the system is going from Nintendo Switch to Nintendo Switch 2 does not mean that the Switch 2 will not have any added features or innovations over the current Switch. But here's something that Nintendo actually realized with the Wii U, and even to a bigger point with the original Wii, is that it's not worth it to innovate if you're going to alienate others. And what I mean by that is when the Wii came out, even though the Wii was a massive success, its reliance on motion controls and its completely different control setup from the traditional controls actually alienated a lot of Nintendo fans, because some people refuse to use motion controls and just prefer traditional controls. And the fact that a lot of these exclusives, most of these exclusives, were designed around this mechanic, it made a lot of Nintendo fans actually start looking elsewhere because that wasn't their jam. I mean, think of it like this. Pretend like your favorite movies to watch are Marvel movies. Except they made it so that the only possible way that you could watch Marvel movies was in 3D, but you hate 3D movies. That's pretty much kind of the situation that Nintendo fans or some Nintendo fans were in regarding the Wii. Like, some people just simply do not like motion controls with their video games. And a lot of them decided to not support the Wii or not buy the Wii or not use the Wii as their main console, even though they were diehard Nintendo fans. And with the Switch, Nintendo has finally found that perfect gimmick. And the reason why it was such a perfect gimmick is such a good gimmick that it doesn't even feel like a gimmick. It just feels natural. And pretty much everyone likes the concept of the Switch. And the beauty of the Switch is the fact that you can use it how you want to. You don't have to switch. You can play it in docked mode on a TV and never do it handheld. Or you could play it handheld only or never connect it to your TV. It's your choice. Now, see, the difference between the Switch and a console like the Wii is that you have that choice. But more importantly, Nintendo realized that they don't actually have to innovate so much with the hardware that it alienates, but they can innovate through their software. And with the Wii and even the Wii U, you saw a lot of games from Nintendo, and even admittedly from third parties, that never came to those systems simply because Nintendo or that third party developer could not come up with a game that they thought would take advantage of the system's controls. That's literally the reason for a lot of big games not coming to both the Wii and the Wii U, is because they couldn't come up with something that they thought was cool enough to take advantage of the controls. Now with the Switch, that's not even a question. If they want the game to come to the system, it'll come because the system uses traditional controls. But there was a bunch of games from Nintendo that never showed up on the Wii because Nintendo couldn't come up with something they thought took proper advantage of the Wii mode, or games that didn't come to the Wii U because developers couldn't think of something that took good advantage of the gamepad. And we missed out on a lot of games because of that. And Nintendo has learned their lesson. The Switch concept is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. Now, like again, this won't be the only innovation, I believe, of the Switch 2, but I think going forward, they're going to make sure that anything kind of hardware innovation or anything like that, they're going to make sure that it's optional so that they don't alienate people. They're not going to make a crazy system that's controversial when it comes to its input, because you saw what happened with the Wii U. And also, even though the Wii was super successful, a lot of hardcore Nintendo fans jumped ship after the Wii. Now, that market share was made up by the casuals, but the casuals jumped ship to the cell phones. So they obviously weren't reliable with that. But yeah, you guys need to chill. First of all, we haven't even seen the system yet. And like I said, software is where Nintendo will innovate. And they're never going to stop innovating. And you guys don't need to worry. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments section. And thank God it's not going to be called Super Switch. Nintendo Switch 2. The best name they could call it. Because that's what it is. Have that seat.